For electric vehicles, the future is now. Luckily, you won't have to wait that long in order to learn more about the EV transportation options that are out there. Rusty Ray has more on an event that could help answer your electric vehicle questions.
So there it is, it's roared to life.
Ask Tim Pratt to put the pedal to the metal in his new car, and you may not be able to tell.
Smooth that is.
Ask Tim to explain why he loves his Chevy Bolt, and he can't wait to tell.
There's no spark plugs, there's no air filter, so it requires less routine maintenance, so the cost of ownership is less than for an internal combustion engine. You got the plug right here.
No gas, just plug it in. Overnight, often.
So I pay in electricity the equivalent of about $1 of a gallon for gasoline.
As Brooklyn Park's recycling manager, Tim's helped put together an event next week where anyone can come and ask just about anything from him and other EV owners.
All of these options are out there, they're around you, and here's how you can take advantage of those.
Just turn it on, it goes in automatic mode, and I can take off.
Bikes, scooters, electric buses, even light rail, more and more these days, electric.
This is the future. Transportation is becoming electric.
And possibly ways to help cities grow around where you can charge up.
And then you're going to go spend some money at a business, at a restaurant or whatever. And so it can be an economic generator that way.
So ask Tim about why he loves his electric car.
If you want to think of like a Formula One car, because it's so low to the ground, it's the same thing. When I go around a curve, I'm like,
And find out why you may soon see more and more just like it wherever you look. In Brooklyn Park, Rusty Ray, CCX News.
The Brooklyn Park Electric Mobility Ride and Drive event is Tuesday, August 29th from 4 until 7 in the evening at the Community Activities Center. One person is now in custody after several luxury car thefts in Golden Valley last week. 33-year-old Brian Beauregard of Sandstone, Minnesota, was booked into the Hennepin County Jail as a suspect in the thefts. According to the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, Golden Valley Police identified Beauregard as part of a group that allegedly stole 7 cars from Maury's Reconditioning Center and a Porsche from a dealership. Beauregard was recently charged with theft and burglary after allegedly stealing multiple vehicles from a Chevy dealership in Minnetonka. He's also been charged with assault after allegedly spitting on a police officer. Police are still searching for other suspects. A Brooklyn Park man is dead and a female suspect is in police custody after a shooting at an apartment complex. Police say the incident happened late Friday night at the Huntington Place apartment complex. When officers arrived, they found a man with a gunshot wound to the chest. That man, identified as 32-year-old Eric Herring of Brooklyn Park, was pronounced dead at the scene. A 28-year-old woman was taken into custody facing a murder charge. Brooklyn Park police say the two involved were in a relationship prior to the incident. Election filing is now closed for the upcoming November election. Voters in Golden Valley will have 2 choices for mayor and 3 for city council. Rosalind Harmon and Jillian Rosenquist filed for the mayor's race. Rosenquist is a member of the Golden Valley City Council. Current Mayor Shep Harris did not file for this election, so there won't be an incumbent. Candidates Jean Kidd, Maurice Harris, and Sophia Guinness are running for city council. Guinness and Harris are incumbents. School board candidate information is available at ccxmedia.org. There is an outpouring of tributes in remembrance of former Plymouth Mayor Al Hilde. Hilde died recently at his home in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. He was 90 years old. Hilde served as Plymouth Mayor from 1968 to 1977. It was a time when Plymouth underwent a tremendous transformation from rural farmland to a growing suburb. Hilde's legacy lives on to this day. The renowned Hilde Performance Center is named in his honor. Hilde made a significant donation to make the outdoor amphitheater next to City Hall possible. Funeral services for Hilde were already held. An obituary announcement was published in Monday's edition of the Star Tribune. Brooklyn Center still has a ways to go before its fire department is at full strength, but the city just added 3 new firefighters to help close that gap, including 2 who are women.
Yeah, you're seeing more and more women join the fire service. It's a job that, anybody can train for, anybody can do.
Jennifer, Brittany, and Zhang are the 3 new firefighters joining the ranks of the Brooklyn Center Fire Department. The addition of those 3 brings the city's total number of firefighters to 24. but that's still 16 people short of their budgeted amount. Brooklyn Center uses a paid on-call model for its fire department. Last year, they responded to more than 2,300 calls for service. The 3 new firefighters will help ease some of the burden, but they're still looking for new recruits.
We come from all different backgrounds, all walks of life. We have some people that are in the retired field too that are still on the fire department. So it takes a village to make a team and to make a fire department.
To become a firefighter, applicants need to be at least 18 years old and live within 8 minutes of a Brooklyn Center fire station. We'll post a link on how you can apply on our website. That is ccxmedia.org. Soldiers from a Brooklyn Park-based Minnesota National Guard unit are headed overseas for a 9-month deployment in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. A deployment ceremony took place Sunday. These soldiers from the 1900 3rd Acquisitions Team are bound for Djibouti, a small country on Africa's northeast coast. They will support a Navy unit with food supplies and administrative services. The 5-person group spent the past 18 months training for the mission, which will include supporting base operations in Somalia, Djibouti, and Kenya. This is the Brooklyn Park Unit's 3rd deployment.
What if you could feel in control of your retirement in just a few clicks? At aceyourretirement.org, you can. Start with a free 3-minute chat with Avo, your friendly digital retirement coach. Just answer some simple questions like, how do you feel about your ability to save for retirement? Or in how many years do you want to retire? To get free action items customized just for you. Get your retirement back on track at aceyourretirement.org.
High school football teams are less than 2 weeks away from their season openers. In today's Prep Training Camp report, we preview the Park Center Pirates. A young Park Center team finished 2022 with a 5-4 record, with a lot of sophomores seeing varsity playing time. Now a year later, a more experienced group hits the field, and the team's summer workouts helped.
Oh, summer's huge. I just think it's huge. We can implement a lot of our offense, our defense, at least to the core group of returners. And then when we get new guys, we reteach it now, but those guys are able to help those guys, so we're not always behind. You know, we're the benefit of having good leadership is that kids are willing to help each other out.
Just younger athletes with talents makes me very excited for the future. As being a leader, we would love to see that type of stuff.
7 starters returned for the Pirates on offense and 8 on defense. Among those back for Park Center is quarterback safety Isaac Davis, running back Josh Diggs, who ran for 1,000 yards a year ago. Tyjon Brooks is the leading returning wide receiver, while Peter Okafor and Great Endago are back on the offensive line. On defense, key returners include linebacker Demetrius Walker, the team's leading tackler a year ago, plus defensive lineman Xavier Fleming and D-back Randy Quete. Indeed, it might be defense that is the strength for the Pirates.
I think from our D-line, I just think our top 11 defenders, if not top 15, is going to be stout, will hit, will be fast, and then offensively, I think if we can run the ball well, that's going to be our biggest strength to be able to pass.
Park Center faces a tougher regular season schedule this year, but that's okay. It's something they believe will help in the long run.
New schedule, different people, have fun, take it game by game, and compete every day at practice, win every practice, and go to game and win that.
The Pirates open the season August 31st at Cooper. Less than 10 years ago, Amani Hooker was a football standout at Park Center High School. Now entering his 5th year in the NFL, we caught up last week with the Tennessee Titans safety. Amani Hooker still has family here in Minnesota and held his first ever football camp at his alma mater back in June. It doesn't happen often, though, during the NFL season. But the 5th-year Tennessee Titans safety was in town last week for scrimmages and Saturday's preseason game with the Vikings.
It feels good. This is a time where my family's able to see me practice in Minnesota with a joint practice, which is awesome. My nephews and nieces got to see me play, which you can't beat that.
Now a 5-year NFL veteran, Hooker believes 2023 will be closer to the 2021 Titans at 12 games, and not a repeat of last year's 7-10 season.
I expect good things from us. We've had a great offseason so far. We have good additions to our team that are going to help us out. And this year, we were looking really good, and I think it's going to carry over into the early part of the year.
Back on the field where he made so many big plays just 8 years ago, Amani says it's always fun to remember his years at Park Center.
I think of literally just my senior year. A lot of games where I was playing with my best friends. You can't beat it because, you know, you have the summer longs where you're training on your own, you're working out, and then, you know, you come out here and you put it all on Friday night lights, and then after the games, you're looking at the highlights of who made the best plays. So it's amazing. You can't beat that.
Like nearly all of the projected starters on both teams, Amani didn't play in Saturday's preseason game at US Bank Stadium. The Titans will open the regular season at New Orleans on September 10th. That's all for sports. More CCX News after this.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.